Was there anything specific that maybe helped you along the way in your job search?
The first thing I did, especially one of my marketing majors or one of my marketing professors that I still keep in touch with to this day, she made me set up a LinkedIn and she made me invite everybody I knew. That was kind of the first step to getting my name out there. Eventually, I made a connection that was another connection that was another connection to somebody that worked at a talent acquisition company. And that's actually how I found my first job.
Hey everybody, so today we're going to be making our own LinkedIn profile from scratch. We actually went through and made a completely blank account with nothing in it. So if you're new to LinkedIn, you can kind of just follow along with us and maybe even make your own as you're watching this video. Now, one of the questions that we do get a lot is, why do you even bother with LinkedIn nowadays? Because all the job posting websites have the ability to upload your own resume, and you could just upload it and people can search it. But the thing is that LinkedIn offers a lot more than just a simple resume. You have all these different sections that they show you who you're connected to. So if a recruiter sees that, oh, okay, so so and so, and if you have a big network of people, it's kind of good because sometimes people will show up and be like, oh, they worked for this company, or they know people that worked for this company, or you might even know the same people as various hiring managers. So, and you never know. And once you start making connections on LinkedIn, that's when you'll really see, how it can be powerful as far as getting your name out there, getting your profile out there for recruiters. And that's the other big thing is that, companies that have recruiters, they actually pay a lot of money to have these special memberships in LinkedIn. LinkedIn will literally just send them ideal candidates. And so many times is that if your profile isn't like really good, they're not going to send those profiles. They're going to send the profiles of people that have all their information, have all the different sections filled out. So that's really why we're going to go through this today and step by step go through each section and just show you how to make a really nice LinkedIn profile, because bottom line is it does work. I remember after I took the time when I was looking for a job, I actually took the time to make my LinkedIn profile, and I made it really nice. And it was funny because before I was finished with it, I ended up getting a job offer, but after I started my first job, all of a sudden I started getting emails from people, from actual recruiters, and they said, hey, we saw your LinkedIn profile. Are you looking? Would you consider coming? Now at the time, that job that I got, I really enjoyed. And, I felt like the salary and everything was very fair. So I really wasn't going anywhere. But the point of that story is that it does work, and it is a valuable asset. It's one of those things that if you do the work once, in a year from now or 2 years from now, after you get some experience and you have some stuff on your profile, you could get a great job offer like out of the blue. And it could be, again, from one of these recruiters from a company that said, hey, we just saw your profile and we think you're a really good match. And again, there's just a lot more on LinkedIn that you can see besides just a standard resume. So now, don't get me wrong, having a good resume is important. And if you haven't checked out our other video on how to make a resume, where we give you the template and step-by-step instructions how to do that, check that out. But in this one, we are going to go step-by-step from scratch, how to make a LinkedIn profile. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to jump on here and we are going to get started. Okay, guys, so we are back, and this is our blank slate. All we did so far was just basically sign up on the sign up screen, and we created a completely new profile, no connections, no anything. So what we're going to do first is go up here and click the me section, and yeah, we're going to be Mike Michaels. So we're going to click view our profile. The biggest thing you want to start with is your personal profile picture, which is like right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click this. And the biggest concept that I can tell you as far as putting a picture up here is to make sure your picture ends up with a smile. Now, and if you're one of those people that, I don't smile, or I'm not that, photogenic or whatever, ask somebody to give you a hand. Ask them to, take your camera and, and try different smiles, and let them tell you, like, honestly, like, hey, okay, yeah, no, that looks good, or you should try smiling like this. You just don't want to have a non-welcoming face, because a lot of times people say, well, I don't smile, I look better. You may look better, but when a recruiter or somebody else that is hiring sees that somebody that's smiling is more inviting, they're going to be more apt to click on your profile, or reach out to you with that email. And I just can't stress the importance of this. It's been written about in so many different books, as far as dealing with people, and as far as working well with other people, to just work on your smiling, and have that inviting, happy look. And this is especially true in this profile picture. So I myself and other people that I've known that have hired people, we've gone through and seen, and it's just the smile, a person smiling looks way more inviting, and you're just more apt to select that person. So again, if you're not a smiler, typically, don't worry about it. You can, force it. I don't want to say force it, but it may take some work. And I'm honestly that type of person, because normally I'm very in my head. I'm usually thinking about stuff. So I'll get comments like, hey, are you okay? Because I'm thinking about something. So I don't really have a smile on my face. I'm kind of in the zone, thinking about whatever it is that's on my mind, which can be a good thing or could be a bad thing sometimes. But the point is that I have to work to smile as well. So this is one of those times where you just want to do it. So we're going to just, instead of uploading a photo, now, in all honesty, right now, I should have put a better shirt on. I should have put a better shirt. The lighting isn't ideal here. You want to have like a solid background, and this isn't that bad, the solid background, but there's a big difference in light here. But for illustration purposes, we're just going to go ahead and take it. So I would also take my headphones off normally too, but there we go. And now see, I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, I look kind of doofy, but you know what? I'm smiling. I'm at least, somebody might look and be like, oh, look at this happy doofy guy, which is way better than somebody that does not have a smile on their face. So I'm going to click save. That's going to be our profile picture for now. Again, normally I would say maybe a collared shirt, ladies, a nice blouse or something. Not a t-shirt like I'm wearing. I would ditch the headphones as well, but again, illustration purposes here. So that's the profile picture. Again, that's all the big tips as far as that. Now this is your background image, and the one thing that I'm going to say as far as this is, because it has to be a specific size. If you've never heard of it, there's a tool called Canva, and I already brought it up here because it's just an awesome tool that you can be aware of. And what Canva can do is it makes all sorts of different graphics, and it's completely free. They do have like a paid version for anybody that is like serious and is working with a team to make tons of designs, but the basic version is free. You can go on here, make any sort of size image or creative piece, and just download it. So it's just an awesome tool. So what you can do is they have all the different size. So like you could click on social media and look, like Instagram, Facebook, all these different size things that you can create. But we're interested in is this LinkedIn banner right here. So it has the dimensions already for it, and we went ahead and made a couple already. So we're going to give two examples here for a nice background image that we are going to put back here. This first one, if you have a picture of yourself that's decent like this, again, we just kind of pulled this up, but if you have a picture like this of yourself working, you can actually upload it over here. You would just upload your image, and then you can literally just drag it over, and you can literally just drag and place stuff in here. So first off, let's start with, both of these are templates, and they have all these. Once you click on the LinkedIn banner, they'll have all these different templates that you could check out. And the two that we specifically went with, ooh, this is a nice one. you know, like in this case, this person, I'm actually going to add that because I like it. Let's see here. Add page. Add page to make a new one, and we can make a whole bunch. And yeah, change the wording to this, but I think it's kind of cool. So here's a couple examples. Again, this one with the picture, I would recommend using a picture where, again, you could ask somebody to help you out with this. You can ask a friend to take a picture of you, like actually working, but put a picture here, and then you could put like a quote or something that, you know, defines who you are, what you believe in, or something about like a work ethic, you know, something that would describe you. Like, are you a hard worker? You know, have you been through hard times and you feel like it's chiseled you? Like something that really speaks to you about who you are as a person. You know, you could put that quote in here, and again, Canva makes it just so easy. You know, you just drag the template, you click it, you upload your own photos or even stock photos for other things. And then if you need to add text, you can literally just drag this over and create new text. So like I said, it's just an all-around great tool for this sort of thing. But you know, going on for our example, we've made a couple of these already. And I'm not even going to go through the time of actually finding a quote. I'm literally just going to click the download button. And again, this is another one that is just really nice, but now I'm having trouble deciding. Well, anyway, we're just going to go ahead and show you how easy it is. It's download. You want to click PNG. That's the best image quality. So, and then just select one if you have multiple. I'm going to hit done, download. All right, now we're going to go back to our LinkedIn profile. We're going to click this. We're going to hit upload a photo, and on our desktop should be there it is. That is our the background image that we made. So we're going to click apply. And yeah, as you can see, like maybe we probably should move this over a little bit, and in which case I would go back to Canva, and obviously these pictures don't match because this isn't me, but if it was you, that would be helpful. So we can go back to Canva, kind of move all this stuff over, and you know, that would be an example of making a banner. So once we have our two pictures in place here, we're going to click this. We're going to put our first, last name. Okay, if you ever have the mobile app, you can put your name pronunciation. That's cool. So a headline, this is like the one line that when you're getting shown up in the results page is going to be the one line that everybody sees. So it is extremely important that this headline be important. Now in this, I've already assumed that my alter ego, Mike Michaels, is an architect. Okay guys, so we finished making our headline, and we went with aspiring and outgoing architect in training with experience in Revit, AutoCAD, and Rhino, looking for an internship opportunity with a team-focused architecture firm. So there's a couple things that, again, you want to point out. You basically have one sentence to kind of make an impression, because again, all they're going to see is your profile picture and this headline when they're looking in the search, as far as it is with most of the standard searching. So what are your qualities that somebody is going to want to see? You're an aspiring architect. That's being upfront, because okay, if I am in school and I'm still going through the the college process and I'm not yet a full architect, okay, you could say that you are an architect in training. Now, I would have to look up to see if you need to pass a specific test or anything to actually use the term architect in training, but I'm pretty sure with architecture, you can say that. So, you are an aspiring architect. My alter ego is very outgoing. And then I would put my experience, like, okay, I have experience with this software or this software that might be important in architecture. Now, if you don't have any experience in any of that stuff yet, go out and try and learn some stuff, even if you're not in college yet. They have there's tons of free online courses out there where you can like kind of dip your toe in the water, and you could even put in like, okay, some basic experience, like put in there that you don't have, that you're not fully experienced, but you have seen these softwares before. And again, if you don't have experience with something, don't put it. Honesty is always the best way to go. Never put something that you're going to have to, that somebody's going to confront you on, and then you're going to have to be like, well, yeah, I know I said this on there. You never want to put yourself in that position. Unfortunately, nowadays, that may not be the common thing, but it will save you a ton of headaches in the future and having to discuss. You never want to put anything false in your LinkedIn profile or a resume or anything in general, that's focused on getting work. So aspiring and outgoing architect in training with experience in Revit Auto looking for, that's the other important part. Put in there what it is that you're looking for. So if you're just starting out college, maybe, you're looking for an internship opportunity, or maybe you're even just looking for a job. So many people make the mistake of putting unemployed like in their headline. Don't do that. That's such a disaster, and it just gets scrolled over. Nobody looks at it. It's kind of a big mistake, and I'm surprised a lot of people still do that sometimes. And I feel like it's the type of people that may have just given up and not continued with their thing. But don't put that you're unemployed if you're not looking for work. Always put your headline to the point that, hey, you are looking for this next opportunity, and you are, and put the traits that make you stand out from everybody else. So that's the headline section. And again, all this is just standard. Where do you live? What's your industry? So we're going to save that. And now that already put our profile strength up. So we are going to, once this is complete, we are going to go down here and put add profile section. Now, so this is kind of your summary. If somebody looks at your profile, you can just kind of embellish a little bit more than what's on your headline already. So, okay, guys, so I took some time and wrote a nice summary, edited about. So, again, this is always going to change depending on whatever specific industry you're going into, but there are some traits, there are some things that employers are just going to look for. So when you're brand new and you may not have the experience yet of having been in the industry for working for 5 years, so you may not know all this best software, it's best to put things that regardless of where you work, an employer is going to say, okay, I like that. So here's our about summary. As an aspiring architect, I strive to look for inspiration everywhere I go. I believe that it can come at anywhere, at any time. I also believe good teamwork is an absolute must in this industry, so I try to work well with everyone on my teams and support them to the best of my ability. I'm a problem solver that will get to the answer even if I have to ask someone who is more experienced than myself. I believe in lifelong, ongoing education and try to learn something from every situation. So, basically, we're not talking about how much education we have yet or how much experience we have. We're saying, okay, I look for inspiration, everywhere I go. Important in the architecture realm. Good teamwork. Even nowadays with, remote working and everything being so popular, you still have to interact with other people. And it's important that you get along well with everyone on your team, because when you don't, it just creates so many issues. And managers hate to deal with little stuff of people not getting along. So it's good to have that. You want to be part of a team, you want to work well with others. So now if that's just not you, I would not recommend lying about it. I would just go and see, okay, how can you improve that skill? How can you improve so that you can put confidently in this section like what it is that would make you stand out. I'm a problem solver and I'll get the answer even if I have to ask somebody more experienced than myself that says, hey, I will figure out the problem. And if I have to, because a lot of people have this issue of it makes them look maybe dumb or they don't know what they're doing if they have to ask somebody else. But no, we want to put in there that like, hey, I'll find you the answer. And even if I have to go to somebody, and that's actually a good thing, companies want you to ask questions when you're not sure, because if you're sitting there trying to figure it out for days, you're wasting a whole bunch of their time and money. So, asking questions is actually a very good quality, and that's why we put that sentence in here. I believe in lifelong ongoing education and try to learn something new from every situation. That's another trait that regardless of the company, they're going to want to see like, okay, do you want to learn? Do you want to keep growing as a person? If you're somebody that's just kind of, I just kind of want a job to get a paycheck, they're going to be able to see through that. So that is our summary. We're going to click save. And LinkedIn will keep telling you, hey, you're making good progress. Got it. Good job. Thanks, LinkedIn. So, add profile section about, Featured, this is going to be if you start posting and putting articles or links or anything on LinkedIn. We're not going to go that far into it. We just want to put our profile background. Okay, guys, so this is the part where we're going to add in any work experience that you've had. If you haven't had any, really think back. I mean, was there any sort of, job that you did, even if it was just temporary, to just put on there? And as an example, I'm just going to put, I'm going to say that I was a part-time store cashier at Kroger, and you have this little box. If you're still currently working, you could check it. If not, you can select, the start date, let's say January 2019 to March 2021. If you are currently unemployed, I would put a reason why you left your job as well, just to say like, okay, left on good terms, like regarding, and I wanted to focus on my studies, or, whatever it is that you went on to do, even if it's not on here. But basically you're going to put your title of whatever, and LinkedIn gives you like these recommendations when you start typing. So you're going to put the title, the employment type, like, apprenticeship, seasonal. They have all these options. We're just going to put part-time for now. So, we'll put the company name and the things, and, in the description, you just want to put, and again, chances are most people aren't going to see this, but the people that do click on and take a deep look at your profile, they may very well scroll down and see what you did at previous jobs, even if it's not in your industry. They really want to get a feel for who people are, so they are going to read into some of these little details. So I put basically on your description, you want to put, okay, as a cashier, I was responsible for this, the customer's checkout process. The other big thing you want to put is any sort of improvements that you recommended, anything that you did, even if they weren't accepted, even if, you recommended it and your boss said, well, no, we can't do that because of this. Any sort of thing that says like, okay, while you were there, you tried to improve things. Did you lift morale? Like, were you the outgoing person that, lifted morale of your team? Or did you recommend they change something because it would make the process more efficient? And that's a big thing, is like, get into the habit of, even if you're doing just a part-time job that pays minimum wage, get into the habit of doing the best job that you can, and at the same time looking for ways that they can improve, because it's things like that that are really going to make you stand out. Good management will always say, that person, they give it 100%. Work ethic is so easily recognized. So as far as that, like I said, just for this general video though, description, what did you do, your overall job description, what improvements did you make or recommend? So media, you can put you can put photos, videos and presentations and stuff. Maybe as you get more advanced, as you start to get more experience. But let's say you did do a job where you're in your industry. Say I started as an architect. Always check with your company to make sure you can use maybe projects that you've worked on. Always check with them to make sure that you can display those on your LinkedIn profile. So I'm just going to click the save button here. Now, education, it's fairly straightforward. Whatever high school you went to. All right, well, I'm just going to click this one because it was first. So I'm going to click add to profile, and it's going to ask you like when, when. This is all like standard stuff, like when did you graduate or what years did you go, and all this other stuff. What was your major? If you had any like college focused courses, you might want to put like, business or something. If you're looking at high school, just you can put general education, general studies. There you go. High school diploma. The next thing we're gonna want to do is, and it in this little box here, it'll tell you like the next things you could do to do this. So we're gonna want to add 5 skills. Now, again, this helps if you've had previous jobs, or if you're particularly good at something. Did you take a coding class in high school? Did you take did you take shop class? Are you really hands-on? Any of this stuff can be added here as skills. So yeah, you could put like hands-on technical. You can add that skill. And then once it's done here, once it's done, you'll see the skills and stuff down here. We could put add new skills, and then customer experience management, or we could put customer service if we were a cashier or something. just add that, and just honestly take a look at yourself and see what kind of skill. And I'm just going to put some at random here, so that, yeah, see, now we're getting to that all-star rank as far as LinkedIn goes. This is when LinkedIn is viewing it as a complete profile, because we filled out all the necessary sections. So the other things, accomplishments, if you have any good projects that you've done, any really important, any papers, anything, even if it's not related to your field, but it really paints a picture of like what's important to you. And yes, if it does apply to your field, that's great. Put it on there. It could be papers you wrote. It could be projects you did, courses you did. Just click through these things and you can just add them individually. So, guys, I forgot to add this, but if you are bilingual, if you know another language that would be useful, by all means, put that in there as a skill as well, because that could be something, depending on where you get a job and what you do, it could be it could be an important thing. So now that we've kind of like went down the list and kind of done all the different areas of the profile, you'll see this box and you can actually click like, okay, what kind of work are you looking for? And in this case, we could put project intern, we can put junior architect, we can put all these different things just to tell them like, hey, I'm open to this, I'm open to that. You could put, I'm open to remote work. You can add different locations if you're looking to go to school somewhere far away, or if you want to stay local, you can, put preferable locations. A lot of times big cities will have this like greater city area, like in this case it's Phoenix, and it's just so that like it spreads it out over a whole like 45-mile or 60-mile, I'm not sure, but it spreads it out over a pretty decent sized radius around that big city. So if you're close to a big city, that would be helpful. Start date, they basically want to know like, hey, are you actively looking for work, or are you flexible? I'm kind of browsing. That's kind of up to you. If you're actually looking for work at the time, you want to put immediately. Job types, full internship, part-time work, you can put contract. A contract job is typically where they have a specific project that they want completed and they pay you a set amount of money. You don't really get paid hourly. So now, as far as this little box goes, choose who sees that you're open. They're basically asking, are you okay putting your profile out there that you're actively looking? So this option would be, okay, recruiters only, and then they go through the steps to try and make sure that like somebody from your company isn't looking. But I've always been a fan of kind of honesty, like transparency. There are situations where, okay, you don't want to go around saying, hey, I'm looking for a new job, but if you're just looking for work, you can click all this so that basically anybody on LinkedIn can see your profile. If you're at a current job and you're looking for a new job and you don't want your current company to know about it, you could click this option. But in our example, we're just going to click that. So yeah, that is the rundown of how to go through and create a LinkedIn profile. And as you can see, guys, it doesn't take that long of a time to go from beginner to quote unquote expert based on LinkedIn standards. And again, the powerful thing about this is that it is a resume, but it's also a bunch of other things. You can put volunteer things that you've done, just all sorts of other stuff as far as what somebody's going to see from you. So the way LinkedIn works is that you need to kind of have contacts in order to reach out to other contacts. So if you're starting out and you don't know anyone, you want to try and do this search. And let's say I have a friend named Bob Johnson. So you could type in like people's names of people that you know. And I mean, in all honesty, the search algorithm, I think, for LinkedIn isn't the greatest. A lot of times it could be a little bit hard to find people, but you could put their name in there if you think you know anybody, and then you can click connect. And sometimes people, once you start a network going, sometimes LinkedIn won't give you the option to connect because you have nobody in common. But when you're new here, they kind of keep things open. So start searching, and once you start searching for people, you want to click that connect button. And over time, that a lot of people may have a LinkedIn profile. You know, a lot of times some people don't even look at it for years once they make it. But still, you want to connect with them because a lot of times people will see it'll pop up on your search like how many connections you have. Which again, it's not a big deal if you don't have a lot, but growing your network is always a really good thing. So that is the basic setup of LinkedIn, how to make your profile. And I hope you guys got something. I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope that now you can go on there and be like, okay, I'm just gonna go make this LinkedIn profile. It doesn't seem too hard. Like I said, it will be an asset to you going forward. And maybe not right away, but as you're moving along in your career and you start adding more experience to this section down here, it'll be an asset in that. Again, recruiters can just find you. You don't have to be, even if you change this to only recruiters and you're not openly searching, again, they can find you and say, hey, your profile looks like somebody that we're looking for our team. Maybe we'll talk and you can get better job opportunities. You can just open up your opportunities way more by having this profile out there for people to see. So again, I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you in the next video.